You mentioned there, Tim, you lived in LA for a little bit, but I know you guys you grew up in Texas, right, Tim? So where did
Yes.
you guys find each other in 2010? Like, let's go back to, for lack of a better pun, the
We gotta go
genesis of
way earlier,
Polyphia.
actually.
Yeah, that's what I'm gathering. I'm guessing you guys
Yeah.
obviously you talked about the dad licks earlier, so you guys were already playing guitar and knew each other through that. So what was it? What was your guys' first meeting of each other before you even think about putting a band together?
So Scott lived 5 minutes from me. And so we went to the same elementary school. And so I was in
Whoa.
kindergarten and Scott was in first grade. And Scott's like always been the tall kid. And he's always had like long hair. And he used to dye it like fucking pitch black and wear like these like metal shirts, even as like a young kid.
In kindergarten
So
or
like
like just in elementary school?
Like,
like I guess like middle school is when the dyed
Okay.
black hair and the metal shirts and shit
Because
happened. But
I
he
was
was
just
always
picturing a
yeah, like
4-year-old, a
seventh
5-year-old,
grade.
and I was like, damn, dude, that's going hard in the paint.
he was always tall though, So like
Okay.
especially like the kid in the grade above, like you're like, oh, that motherfucker's tall. Yeah, and then
Mm,
you know him. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
what that's my story of Scott.
Well, so you see him though. Like, what grade are you? You're in kindergarten in first grade, and that's when you guys were you guys friends then, or was like you just looked up to him and you're like, oh, that's the tall kid
We didn't
We
hang out till middle school.
till middle school? Okay, you guys went to
yeah,
the
because
same
the
elementary, but
way
you guys didn't become friends until middle school.
yeah, because elementary school is like you really kind of only see people in your
Your class.
grades. Yeah,
Yeah.
your class even.
Yeah, you get the one
Um,
class and then the recess.
yeah, and
Mm.
then every other kid in every other grade is just like, who the fuck is that? I've never seen that person ever. Like you'll walk past someone new every day. Anyway, middle school is, some are open because for our school it was like three grades just lumped in like a building. So you kind of like walk all over the place. So you see a lot of new people and just everyone like all the time. But I'd say my earliest memory of the only one I can remember of us kind of really hanging out for the first time was actually the same dude that I would play Halo 2 with every weekend of sixth grade. And I mean that literally every single weekend. Um, he would have like, his parents were super like lax about like sleepovers and shit. So he would just invite like fucking 10 people and we'd have like a Halo 2 party and we get the Doritos and the sodas, like the big old 2 liter
what?
bottles of sodas.
Yeah. What were your flavors? What would you go with?
Let's see. Soda, we would usually get Coke, Dr. Pepper, Mountain Dew, because,
Mountain Dew.
the
Middle
kids
school
loved
Mountain Dew
Mountain Dew
goes hand
back
in
then.
hand.
The time
Sprite.
that I went one time to one of these sleepovers, and this is like when I met Scott.
Yeah,
Like
this
in
is the memory.
yeah, I we had Monster that night,
You guys have
and
Monster
Monster.
Energy.
yeah, because it
Okay.
was like because I remember like you know I was like in sixth grade and I was gonna go to a sleepover with the seventh graders, right? And
Ooh.
like I remember it was like a thing where like they were gonna show me Clerks 2, the movie Clerks 2. And so we watched Clerks 2 that night and drank Monster, like, and stayed up like really late because that was like, I just remember thinking like this is what seventh graders do, you know.
They get crazy on Monster Energy drink, eat
Yeah.
Doritos.
Mhm.
Fucking
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
What Dorito flavors though? You just go straight nacho cheese, bring in some Cool Ranch. What are you doing here?
Exactly that. Yes.
All right, all
I was
right.
more so the Cool Ranch guy.
And when you guys are having these sleepovers, obviously mostly gaming, video games. We were all in middle school. I did that maybe not every weekend, but every so often. Super fun, good bonding experience, all that good stuff there. But when you're busting out a movie like Clerks 2, had you guys watched anything from Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes before, or is this like your introduction to Jay and Silent Bob?
I had seen
That
some
was
of the
my
Jay and Silent
introduction.
Bob
That was
movies.
your introduction. Okay.
Actually, I think the only one I saw was Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Okay.
And then like we saw Clerks 2 first, and then I went to Clerks. I never did see Mallrats. I know that one
Oof.
exists though.
That
Um,
was my first one.
but I do like I don't know if I follow him anymore on whatever social media, but I was aware of Kevin Smith's like existence, and I would kind of just like watch him like on social media, like whatever the fuck he was up to, because he posts a lot.
Mm.
That's really all. That's it though.
That's so
Nothing
funny to me
like
to come
impactful.
into Clerks 2 being his first. Yours Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Like I said, mine's Mallrats. Huge Jay and Silent Bob fan from when I was, like I said, from when I was a kid and stuff. It's just interesting to go to Clerks 2 first, the sequel to like
Oh
their like
yeah.
real first movie. Like
Honestly,
so that's so different.
I think it was just whatever we could get our hands on at Blockbuster at the time.
Shout out
You
to
know, as
Blockbuster.
kids.
Hell yeah. Soda
Yeah.
That
Pop,
fucking
Doritos,
that
and
particular
Blockbuster.
blockbuster on Coit and Legacy, dude. I
Yes,
love
dude.
fucking
Oh, that
Coit.
one. They had a sick candy setup too.
Yeah.
God damn, we're really
Like,
going down memory lane
dude,
now.
it's a
Hell
fucking
yeah, I love it.
Starbucks now, right?
So wait, in middle school though,
Yeah, I
you
guess it
guys,
is.
is this a PG party in that sense? Are you guys sneaking beer, sneaking some weed? What are you doing?
This is prior to that. I
Okay,
think like
Yeah.
I think that was gonna happen like a year later or
okay,
something.
Yeah, I
But
didn't get introduced to weed until ninth or 10th grade.
okay.
yeah, and so in high school, Scott and I started playing together, and then we would do these sleepovers at that time, but we would call them shredovers because
Yeah.
Uh,
Scott would
Yeah, the
come
shred overs.
and fucking like I would get super fucking high. This is prior to Scott like smoking weed, and I would get super high, and then we would like play guitar all night, and then come down and like make toaster strudels and watch like Adult Swim. Um, and
so good,
Yeah.
those were the fucking days, man.
Yeah,
dude. That's
dude,
so
that's when we were
funny.
cooking up fucking Resurrect, I guess, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the very first project, Resurrect,
Oh my God.
not on streaming services. We love
Oh,
that.
Yeah. And we, by the way, I want you to know we would call the toaster strudels shit cookies.
shit
I
cookies.
don't know why we named them that, but wait, is that what, or was that just because we made that silly video of us like
We made the silly
putting,
video, and then it became shit cookies.
right? Yeah, we put like a bunch of raw eggs and like fucking whatever we could find in Tim's refrigerator in
Oh
like a
yeah, it was
pan.
fucked up. Like just for no reason. Like imagine kids in high school with like a fucking, video camera. Like this is prior to fucking like video phones, But,
Yeah.
like a video camera and like just finding everything you can find in a kitchen and throwing like it into a pan, like rotten eggs and fucking like all sorts of bullshit. And then pretending like
Yeah.
we're gonna cook it. And then the end result is actual
Where is
toast.
this video? Where is this video, guys?
This video is located on my member section of my YouTube channel. So if you guys want to
Ah,
become a member of
there it
my
is.
channel, please do that. You can find this exact footage that we are speaking of from the high school days of
Oh
Tim
my
and
God.
Scott. It exists as a
I
video.
might
on
have
my
to
members.
subscribe, dude.
Somebody please gift Scott a sub. Um,
Yeah, give me a sub
I'll do
for
it.